I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here today, where we're going to talk about my first book for April, The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks by Mackenzie Lee. And this is YA historical fiction with a bit of fantasy elements mixed in. Adrian Montague is the sole heir of his father, a nobleman with a seat in Parliament, a seat that Adrian will soon be taking over. Unbeknownst to this father, he and Adrian do not share the same political views. Adrian is engaged to Louisa, an activist who inspires him. He has been writing political leaflets expounding his view, a view which could hurt his father's business interests. Adrian is also coping with anxiety, a condition which has worsened since his mother's death. Adrian really feels her loss, as she understood and helped him with his anxiety, a condition that she also had. When his father arrives with a box containing some of her belongings, Adrian sets out on a journey leading to discoveries about his family and his mother's past. Adrian and new acquaintances travel from London to the pirate courts of Rabat, to the Portuguese islands, to the canals of Amsterdam, and on to Iceland, pursuing answers. I really enjoyed this book. It does a great job of discussing anxiety without trivializing it. In addition to his anxiety, Adrian deals with feeling less than others, something I can relate to. I found this book had an impact on me that I really didn't expect. And because I started with this, the third book of the series, I had some surprises that those of you who begin with the first two books won't experience. So what are some of the other books to read for a similar experience? I'm going to start with The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, also by Mackenzie Lee, and this is the first book of the same series. Monty is a gentleman dealing with the constant disapproval of his father. Disapproval that has failed to curb his enthusiasm for gambling and nights out late. As Monty sets out on a grand tour of Europe, his quest for a life of pleasure and vice may be coming to an end. His father expects Monty to take over the family estate when he returns. Monty isn't one to give up, though. He plans to enjoy this year-long escapade along with his friend Percy and his sister who is traveling with them. But a reckless decision turns their trip into a manhunt across Europe. Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, which is YA contemporary fiction. Audrey loves her family, even when they're a little goofy. Now Audrey has developed anxiety after an unpleasant occurrence, and her family is there to help. Audrey feels the need to protect herself, so she wears dark glasses. She's making progress with the help of her doctor. When Audrey meets her brother's friend Linus, she is energized. Linus listens to Audrey and helps her talk through her fears. As their friendship develops, her recovery gains momentum, and their feelings for one another deepen. Their connection ultimately helps not only Audrey, but her entire family. Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia, which is also YA contemporary fiction. Eliza Merck is shy, weird, and friendless. However, online she is Lady Constellation, creator of the popular online webcomic Monstrous Sea. Eliza loves the online world far more than the real world, and she has no desire to try to enjoy the real world. Then Monstrous Sea's biggest fan fiction writer, Wallace, transfers to her school, and he thinks Eliza is just another fan of Monstrous Sea. When her secret is revealed, everything she has built, from her story to her relationship, with Wallace, and even her sanity begins to fall apart. And there we are. I hope that you enjoyed this look at The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks by Mackenzie Lee. And I hope that you will check it out and check out a couple of the other books that we talked about today. I'll see you again soon with more book talk, and we'll be talking about the book Serendipity 10, Romantic Tropes Transformed, which is edited by Marissa Meyer. Until next time, I hope that you enjoy all that you do and all that you read. And thank you.